Okay, this route is taking us over the mountains, which is fun. You can see the curvy. We're headed upgrade. And to tell you honestly, driving this in a Maserati is a lot of fun. It takes the curves no problem. I'm not going extremely fast, but it's just it's a real pleasure to be able to drive this car on winding roads like this. I believe there's some overlooks that we can stop at, and I'll take some footage of the scenery here near the top. But you can see it's very windy, curvy. The springtime is just now starting to break here in the mountains. There's some dogwoods that are starting to bloom, very pretty, and the red buds are blooming also. So hopefully I can get some pictures and footage of that also. I'll just I'll take a little bit of camera here of just kind of going around these curves so you see what it's like. I think we're headed towards Cleveland, Tennessee. I punched in, well, that guy was moving, wasn't he? I punched in the shortest and the fastest route to Harriman, so this is the way it's taking me. And you can see the curves on the sign. It's a lot of fun. I've stopped at an overlook on the way over the mountains. Just want to kind of show you some of the scenery. You can see this is just now starting to put on small leaves. But we came up the mountain there. We'll be going on over. This is just one of the many stops where you can look and see. Sorry about filming this into the sun, but and we'll be heading over the mountain that way. So far, the Maserati has done well on the trip, doing exceptionally well through these curves. It's a fun trip. This is one of the overlooks as we travel over the mountain. Very, very pretty. The road is not very crowded. I'm hoping this shows up on the video, the haziness, and you can see some of the peaks. I think that peak right there is at Helen, Georgia. It seems like I remember seeing that from the other direction. Let me make a quick comment about the car. Before I made this trip, I had it serviced at the Maserati Bentley dealership in Jacksonville, Florida. And just a quick comment. I was very pleased with how they took care of everything that I mentioned that I was concerned about. How they did not pressure me on some certain things that needed maybe to be done. But the service manager was excellent. And so if you're in the Jacksonville area and you might be looking for a Bentley or a Maserati or even a Ferrari, I believe, you might want to contact Maserati Bentley of Jacksonville, Florida. I was very pleased with them and their service. So at this point we're going to head on and make our way to Harriman, Tennessee. interesting as I travel this road, things start looking familiar. Then I'd forgotten that last year we rented a cabin up in this area near Blairsville, and had all the family come up and stay there. Had a wonderful time. So this is familiar territory for me. And there's a little town up here, which is Blairsville, which is a nice little place. It has some nice coffee shops, places to shop. So I might stop there and show a little bit of what it looks like. So I just wanted to kind of jump in here and give you a view. We're probably about 4 miles from there. So next time you see me, I'll be in Blairsville. Now we're coming into the town of Blairsville. I think my wife once said that it's very eclectic, and I think that's true. It's a kind of a up-to-date town. It's got a lot of coffee shops around it, and I think there's a lot of cabins for rent around this little town. So I'm going to make a trip around the block, let you see that. But when we stayed here, we came and had some coffee at some of these little coffee shops, and it was very good. A fun town. Let me make the circle here, and then we'll head on out. This is a roundabout. When we were in England and Ireland, there's roundabouts everywhere. So the difference, of course, over there is that you're going the opposite direction, which makes it a little bit difficult. But this is a cute town. Make the circle and then we'll head on out. But if you like staying in the mountains, this is a good area up here. Plenty of things to do. I think you're near the highest point in Georgia, so several things to see. We're now headed into Harriman. We went ahead and checked in at the motel, and this is the way that you get in the Harriman city limits. It's kind of a downgrade, and when you get down to the bottom of this, you go across the Embry River, which is a part of the river that we used to swim in quite a bit up in Oakdale, which I'll show you later on today. But we have arrived. We got into our motel around 1:30 to 2 o'clock. They let us in early, which was great. So now we're going to find a place to eat here in Harriman. I think it's called Rome Deli. Anyway, this is the bridge, and this is going across the river. And you'll see as we continue filming that we get into the city of Harriman. Harriman hasn't changed much at all since I was a boy back in the 1950s. Some businesses have come and gone, of course, but as far as the downtown area, it's very similar in structure. The courthouse of Harriman is here on the right. The movie theater is up on the left, which was a thrill to go to as a boy. We'd come up here on Saturdays and we'd watch Tarzan. We'd watch some old scary movies, and just a thrill. You could go in there and be in there for almost a half a day for almost nothing. It didn't cost hardly anything. But right now we're trying to find the cafe that we're going to eat at, and I think it's 816 or 814, I'm not sure. So I'll go through. If I see it, I'll stop filming. If not, I'll turn around and come back and we'll find it. But if you look here on the left, you'll see I think it's called the Princess. Hasn't changed any. But that was the place to be here in Harriman, Tennessee. We just finished eating at the Rome Street Grill. And let me just encourage you, if you are in Harriman or in this part of the state, I would encourage you to come here and have a meal. It is excellent. It's on the east side of Harriman as you kind of go through the town. But it's a wonderful service. Right now it's kind of a dead time because it's about 2:30 in the afternoon, but they get very, very busy. The food is excellent, service is great, and they have a great selection. I had a steak and it was very, very good, very, very good. And my wife had a codfish, I think it was. We didn't take any film of it, but we did take some pictures. But the waitresses were excellent and totally enjoyed it. So this afternoon I'll be going that direction towards the mountains. By the way, I think she had a grouper, not a codfish.